It started like any normal morning. Quiet street, fresh coffee, nothing unusual. In HOA neighborhoods, you learn to appreciate peaceful days because they don't last long. I was standing on my porch, enjoying the silence, when I saw her, marching straight toward my house like she had a mission. Blonde hair, pink suit, and that unmistakable attitude. Karen. She didn't wave, didn't smile, didn't even say hello. She walked right up to me and shoved a stack of papers into my hands. "You being evicted?" she said. Just like that. No explanation, no warning, just pure confidence, like she had already won. I looked down at the papers. Something felt off immediately. The layout was strange. The wording didn't feel official. But she stood there, arms crossed, watching me like I was already packing my bags. "I'd start moving your stuff out," she added. Behind her, a couple of neighbors had already started watching. You know how it is? HOA drama spreads fast. I stayed calm. "Who issued this?" I asked. "The HOA board," she snapped. "You've violated multiple rules?" That was interesting, because I hadn't. I read the document again, slowly this time, and that's when I noticed it. The CO looked wrong, slightly distorted, like someone tried to copy an official document but didn't get it quite right. I looked back at her. She was smirking now. That's when I knew. This wasn't a mistake. This was personal. I didn't argue, didn't raise my voice. I just nodded and said, "All right." I confused her. She expected a fight, a reaction, something dramatic. But instead, I went inside, and started digging. I pulled up official HOA documents online, compared formatting, legal wording, signatures. The more I looked, the worse it got. The paper she gave me, completely fake. Every detail confirmed it. Wrong font, fake signatures. Even the legal references didn't exist. She didn't just bend the rules. She fabricated the entire thing. Now I had a choice. Confront her, or let this play out. I chose the second option, because sometimes the best way to win is to let someone expose themselves. A few days later, I got an official notice. A court hearing had been scheduled. I smiled, perfect, but the day of the hearing arrived, and Karen showed up looking more confident than ever. Pink suit, perfect posture, like she was about to prove a point. She glanced at me and smirked, still thinking she was in control. We walked into the courtroom, quiet, serious. It's the kind of place where games don't last long. I took my seat. She sat across from me, and then we waited. The room went silent as the judge walked in. Everyone stood. Karen didn't even look at first. She was too busy organizing her papers, preparing her performance. But when she finally looked up, everything changed. Her face went pale. Her entire expression froze, because the judge sitting in front of her was my wife. Now, I had kept my personal life private in the neighborhood. No one really knew what my wife did for a living, and Karen, she definitely didn't know. You could see it hit her all at once. The confidence, gone. The attitude, gone. Now, it was just panic. The hearing began. Karen tried to speak first. Her voice wasn't as strong anymore. She presented the evidence. Those same fake papers. The judge, my wife, took them calmly. No reaction, just quiet focus. She examined every page, every detail. The courtroom was completely silent. You could feel the tension building. Then she looked up. "Where did you obtain these documents?" she asked. Karen hesitated, just for a second, but that was enough. She tried to explain, tried to sound confident again. But it wasn't working, because now she knew. This wasn't going her way. My wife continued reviewing the papers, then she placed them down. "These documents are not legitimate," she said clearly. The words hit like a hammer. Karen's hand started shaking. The judge continued, pointing out the inconsistencies, the fake seal, the incorrect formatting, the non-existent legal references. Every single detail exposed. Piece by piece, Karen had nothing left to say. No defense, no excuse, just silence. Then came the final moment. "The ruling, this court finds that the eviction notice presented is fraudulent," the judge said. And just like that, it was over. But not for me. For her officers stepped forward. Karen looked around, completely lost now. The same woman who showed up at my house acting powerful was now being escorted out of a courtroom, defeated. No drama, no yelling, just consequences. I stayed seated for a moment, letting it sink in. Then I stood up and walked out. Outside, the air felt different. Lighter. Justice doesn't always come fast, but when it does, it hits perfectly. My wife joined me a few minutes later. We didn't need to say much. Just a look was enough. Everything had been handled. Everything was clear. A few days later, the neighborhood was quiet again. No rumors, no drama, just peace. Same place Karen tried to control. Moved on without her and me. I went back to my porch. Same coffee, same chair. But this time, with a small smile. Because some people think they can play the system, until the system plays back, and when it does, There's no coming back from it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.